Are you looking for ways to make the most of your freezer spaces as a part of your working pantry? Today, I'm going to walk you through my freezer spaces and give you some ideas for what I'm storing and how I'm storing it so that you can make the most of your freezer space. Not all of us are able to have that massive walk-in basement where we can have multiple deep freezers and multiple storage spaces for our food storage. So I want to show you what a real life working pantry, working food storage in a regular suburban house looks like. If you're new here, hi, my name is Brecky. I'm Sustainable Prepping, your home for empowerment through preparedness. I want to show you real life, meaningful preparedness, not idealistic, not extreme, and not based in fear. I'm going to be showing you my own freezers. They have not been cleaned out. They have not been organized. This is real life, but I want to give you some ideas and some tips on how to make the most of your freezer space as a part of your working pantry. If you haven't already seen it, I'm going to link above my walkthrough of my working pantry where you can see my 8-week supply of food. Remember, I do a 3-tier pantry system, so I do have dedicated food storage plus dedicated long-term food storage in buckets, but this is my working pantry with things I'm rotating through. When you do a working pantry design, you get to include your fridge and freezer. It's okay for those things, those non-shelf stable things, those perishable items to be counted in your food storage when you do a working pantry system. So today I'm going to be showing you the freezer portion, but if you want to see the dry goods portion, I'll make sure it's linked above and I'll put it in the description too so you can check it out. All right, so this is our large stand-up freezer. You might remember this was my shelves that we went through. Here's my large stand-up freezer. Again, I did not clean this out for you guys. This is just how it is. So we're gonna go through this pretty quick, but we have some of these pot pies. You'll see several of these. This is one of the things my husband has for lunch. We've got our different pizzas here, including quite a few gluten-free for my gluten-free son. Fish sticks, because I have toddlers, some popsicles, as you can see. All right, these are beef bones up here, more pot pies. And then behind them are some frozen gluten-free, that's regular bread, and then these are both gluten-free bread, frozen breads. We've got a pork roast, we've got a beef roast. This is all different steaks and roasts here. This is a giant thing of steaks and roasts from the quarter cow that we purchased. This is all fat, and then a brisket, because I will be making tallow, and then we have a brisket. We have some bones over here. This is also steaks, bigger steaks and roasts in this one. I think this is mostly small steaks, and this is mostly larger steaks and roasts. And then down here is all ground beef. So this is the main section of the big freezer. And then if you look at the door really quick, cold things, that's bananas, some butter peas, more fish sticks, a biscuit from one of our favorite biscuit places, some easy pancakes for the girls in the morning, some potatoes, you're gonna see a bunch more of these, some spinach, you're gonna see a bunch more of these okay veggie burgers, they're all right. Some of my butter, you're gonna see butter in all kinds of places. Sausages, ground beef, more sausages, more lunch stuff. There's my yeast. And then here we've got some stuff from Trader Joe's, more ground beef that kept falling out. And then these are kind of like side dish things here, gnocchis, and then some tamales that my husband likes. So this is the big freezer real fast. Okay, this is the fridge freezer. And it's not as organized as I would like, but I want to give you a quick look at it. Here we have most of our frozen fruit. We do a lot of smoothies. So you can see we have our ice cream here, blueberries, mixed berries, more berries, some cheese. I try to always have a couple of blocks of cheese, cream cheese, some of our bacon, gluten-free waffles, some egg breakfast sandwiches. A lot of this stuff is for the kids in the morning. Veggies, we've got fish here. Not French toast. Those are hash brown patties. Hash brown patties, more berries, and more waffles. And then we have more waffles, more fruit, more hash browns, super cubes with some chicken broth I need to use up, more fruit, and then big bags of veggies here. There's green beans, there's broccoli. Here's another bag of potatoes. We got another breakfast sandwiches bag, and then just some cold blocks down there. So that's really it. There's some more gnocchi and then more fruit down here, and then this is the end of my walnuts. So kind of a quick overview here. All right, and this is my laundry room fridge. This came with the house. We did not plan to have this, so this was a bit of a surprise. Here is my last freezer space. We have veggies all in the wall. This is some paneer cheese that we like to pick up. We love a sag paneer, but it's hard for us to find. So we have some extra, some risottos. These are just easy sides. More veggies. As you can see, this was the stash that I just bought and is going to go into my dehydrator once I get a chance to set it up. This is a cake that we had left over that we'll be pulling out for Thanksgiving. Some more gluten-free waffles. This is all just veggies. Okay, this is all spinach veggies. Behind these I have a turkey, and then next to it I have a chicken. More butter back there, more butter. I'm the queen of having butter stashes. I've actually gone through quite a bit with some baking, so I need to probably buy another big pack for the freezer. Here we have some of the potatoes, more of the potatoes. All of that is veggies. There's this big thing of chocolate that my boys have that we were freezing to keep it fresh. That is a Trader Joe's easy teriyaki chicken meal. Potatoes, two of my freezer meals that we've pretty much worked through most of the freezer meals that I had, but this is the other freezer. So tons of veggies. This will eventually be the freezer meal freezer and veggie freezer, but I haven't gotten to that place of getting it all organized like that. So those are my actual working freezers. Those are literally what I use every single day. We have a lot of meat, we have a lot of veggies, and we have a fair amount of fruit. Now, fruit is something I'd like to stock a little bit more of, but it is pricey, so we don't have as much of that on hand as we might like to have. Also, we have to be mindful of space. I'm not somebody who does a ton of freezer meals. I don't have a dedicated freezer meal food storage section. I like to have ingredients that I can use to put a meal together rather than the meal already prepared. That's just a personal preference. You, of course, can do what you like. When you are thinking about how to make the most of your freezer space, one of the things that you can do is prioritize items that you can buy on sale and stock up on. So if that's meat or dairy or fruit or veggies, whatever it is that you prefer, that's a great way to use the space. The other thing is to prioritize things that are hard to get, even if they're pricey. I like to think about, if I only had one freezer, what would I prioritize? That would be my meat that I could buy in bulk for a good price that is hard to can. And then I would probably prioritize things like fruit because I can dehydrate my veggies. So that is something that I could cycle through. If you are someone who only has one freezer and really needs to use that space to the best of your ability, I would highly suggest investing in a dehydrator. They don't have to be expensive, and dehydrating a lot of your mixed veggies and things like that to get them out of your freezer. You can use that space for the pricier items like meat if you eat meat, like dairy if you want to suck up on dairy, or fruit that just doesn't translate to dehydrated quite as well as vegetables do. Another way that you can use your freezer as a way to enhance your food storage is to make it a place to minimize food waste. So if you are someone who often has a banana or two that gets a little too ripe before you get to it, throw them in your freezer, make banana bread or make a smoothie. If you're someone who often has a bowl or two of soup left, but you just don't feel like having leftovers 3 or 4 times, go ahead and put it in your freezer. If you have just a little bit of taco meat left, go ahead and put it in your freezer. And then after a month, take all those leftovers and turn it into a soup, a stew, a casserole. That way you are cutting down on food waste. This will save you money. This will help you get into the habit of minimizing food waste, but this will also make sure you have those tidbits that you've already paid for, you've already put the labor in for on hand in case you can use them. Now you do have to be good and diligent about rotating them. So if you know that's a skill you have to work on, really be diligent about it. You don't want to clutter your freezer if you aren't going to be using those things. But that is one way to maximize both your storage and your dollar when you're trying to use your freezer as a part of your working pantry. Friends, comment down below and let me know how you use your freezer as a part of your working pantry. What are some of the ways that you maximize your freezer space when you're putting together your working pantry rotation plan? I'd love to hear your comments and your ideas down in the comment section. We are growing as a community and sharing our own wealth of ideas. If you are interested in seeing how I put together my working pantry, if you haven't seen that one yet, I'm gonna link that video right here just so you can catch up with it. My friends, I hope you're all doing well. I hope you have good pantries and you have a good rotational plan. You've got some ideas of what you can stock and how you can use it to the best of your ability. And until the next video, y'all, happy prepping.